Hi, good morning. 2 degrees here. Heather and Amanda, we're cold.
Yes.
We're always cold.
My house is always cold.
Oh,
look, there's Cindy.
Good morning, Cindy.
I didn't put the music on here, so. Yes, it's so cold.
I think we'll have a few other people join us. Get my worship on. I ran this morning, Cindy. You gotta start running with me, sister. I need a running buddy. It was cold, but I got up and did it.
Real. Okay, I guess.
All right, we'll turn it off and see if we have anybody else. Somebody might join us late. Who knows? Everybody's getting their kiddos off to school locally anyway. We're back in school. I think Alabama crowd is still out of school today.
Oh, really?
Yep, they have another day, and they're all going crazy. I've noticed scrolling my Facebook this morning that they were all saying, we're out of groceries.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine another day.
Oh, she's got to find out what's wrong with her hip and her elbow first.
Oh, no.
I miss running. I didn't know something was wrong with your hip. I missed that. I'm sorry.
I forgot what I was going to say now.
We're talking about being out of school. The kids
Madeline was like, why do we have to go for 2 days? Why don't they just cancel the whole week? I'm like, they can't just do that. And plus, do you want to make up a whole week of school? I don't think so. That's kid thinking for you.
Oh, no.
No, they have some tests.
No, you got to go to school.
Like, Saturday and Sunday, we're dropping them off then,
too. For sure. We got somebody else to join us. I don't know who it is, but...
Okay.
Well, anyway,
let's get
started.
started.
We'll get started.
So, we're talking about wholeness.
Wholeness. What is wholeness?
Kind of
such an ambiguous
It's kind
term.
of a deep topic, but we think it's important to address because you cannot get fully whole, healthy, well, right, until you address kind of a lot of different, some deep-seated things a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, it's about this, back to the concept of total health. It's not just about physical health, right, and getting your physical health under control. It's about getting your emotional and spiritual health in some kind of order, and that connects. They all connect. That
right.
It's that mind, body, spirit. And I was reading this morning that your life is controlled by the spirit, but the gateway to the spirit is the mind, and all that controls your body. Right.
Right.
It really does affect your body. We're always going to have physical ailments. I mean, that's just our body's going to wear out.
Right.
I mean, that's just a given. But we can control some things by controlling our emotions and having our spirit healthy.
And kind of just dealing with some things, maybe.
Right. So wholeness means entire, complete, whole, right?
And the emotional health has a big impact on your overall health.
Right.
So things that can, I guess brokenness is what you would call
the opposite of wholeness.
Right.
Right? Would be
so
brokenness.
What kind of things?
We're all broken to some degree. And we always believe for this world being broken.
I mean, yeah, there's no wholeness perfection. We're not trying to say you can get to this perfectly made, right? That's not going to happen in this
one
life.
One day we get to heaven.
That's not happening in this life. But, okay, what can you do in this life to move past that brokenness? And that is dealing with unresolved sin, right?
That's a big one. Looking at, the things that need to be cut on in your life. This is a hard topic.
Yeah.
It's a really hard topic. But
because we all struggle with sin, right? We're not saying that we don't sin, that we don't do things. Everybody does it. But really, you're not going to move forward until you address that sin and really... I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you have to
take responsibility for it. I mean,
it puts a block between your spirit being whole, because it puts a block between you and the Lord and your relationship. But resolving past hurts, forgiveness is huge. This topic always makes me nervous because I know that people have had really bad stuff done to them. I mean, there is trauma in this world. And if you're one of those people and you're listening, seek out professional help to try to get to a place of some kind of forgiveness, even as painful it is. And that's because, and don't be shy. We can't be shy about seeking out professional help. I mean, God gives people the gift of counseling, for a reason, to help people to deal with those things. But
for sure,
to get to a place of wholeness, you've got to get to a place of forgiveness, and to help you be free. And so that's just huge in this journey of trying to be whole. What are some other things?
Well, I mean, part of the forgiveness is holding a grudge. I mean, if you hold on to, negative emotions, you're essentially just keeping yourself in that place.
Right.
I mean, as hard as it is to maybe move past it, it's not doing anything for your body, your mind, your spirit to hold on to it.
But they've always say that, holding on to things like that, a grudge, doesn't hurt the other person. It really hurts you because it eats at you, right? It becomes bitterness, and it becomes all consuming. I've been there. I've totally been there. Somebody offended me or hurt me or something, and you hold on to it, and you just put it on replay over and over again in your head. And then your mind plays tricks on you, and you make it even worse than what it probably would even was.
Oh, for sure.
A lot of times when you have a conversation with somebody or you actually talk about it, they didn't even know they did it, or they even meant it the way that it came out, right? So people filter things through the lens of what they're dealing with.
Right. And then, you might take things that other people say that aren't even meaning to be said a certain way. You might take them offense to them because of the way you're dealing with some other issue in your life. Right.
I think this is not an easy topic. It's not an easy topic to become whole. It takes commitment. The half-hearted don't make it. You got to be persistent. You got to be consistent on just digging through it and wading through the stuff, right?
Yeah, and I think if you have somebody that has hurt you, like a friend or whatever, that, in order to not harbor those feelings, like you might need to meet with the person and talk it out.
Right.
Because like you said, sometimes people don't even know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They didn't mean it a certain way, so you have to, talk it out and lay your feelings on the table, and then
personal honesty, determination. It's got to be a want, not a wish. I mean, it's got to be a commitment, and not even, we've talked about that before, commitment versus intention. Right? You've got to be committed to it. You've got to say, hey, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this place in my life to a place of wholeness. I'm going to, whether it's something bad that's happened, or a trauma, or a anxiety, worry, any of those sorts of things, you have to just keep on. And I guess that's the message we really want to leave you guys with today, is that don't give up. Don't give up on this quest for wholeness. We won't ever achieve it. It's just like health, right? And our physical health. We won't ever achieve it. But you will get to a place where you're at peace. And that's really the goal, right? When you can find your heart and your soul at peace, you know that you are at a place of being whole. And remember, our scripture originally when we started 2 Degrees is that when we are weak, He is strong. So all of those gaps that don't help us, get to a place of wholeness, He will fill those gaps, and make us really, really, really strong.
And I think that's one of the things that, for me, I kind of finally got to that place in moving forward with my health. Struggling with anxiety for so many years, I kind of lived in not a bubble, but I mean, I think, when you have anxiety and you deal with a lot of different situations, you kind of get a little bit jaded. You kind of, you're so worried about your own feelings and how you're gonna approach a situation and how you're gonna deal with the situation that you don't worry about other people. And so I feel like when I finally dealt with some of those feelings, that I finally realized how, not selfish, but just how self-centered I was being, worried about just myself, and let some of that go. You try to put up a wall, I guess, to try to mask your feelings a lot of times. And so I finally got right with those feelings and realized it was okay to feel those things. And I feel like that helped me move past.
Free up for you to be able to...
Like, I got past the negative feelings and a lot of the walls that I had built, and it helped me really, like, realize that I needed to move past that in my life. And, I mean, in turn, my health has gotten so much better because...
I've seen that in you.
Yeah,
I mean... your physical health has really...
Right, because for so long... I guess it is like putting up a wall that you're just trying to mask, like hide behind this wall because I don't want anyone to know I'm having a panic attack, or I don't want anyone to know that I have anxiety. And so when I finally like realized that it was okay, like for people to know that, then it was like freeing for me. Like,
and then you
to
were
move
able
past, to heal and move past that stuff. I don't really know if that makes sense at all.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, that's really, really good.
I don't know.
I'm so happy that you're like vulnerable to be able to share that. That's really good for people to hear that, because I think anxiety and worry and panic attack, any of that kind of stuff, it's all real. It's very, very real. People deal with it every day, and they need to hear that.
I never realized like how I was being, but I mean that's what it was. I was putting up a wall because I didn't want anyone to know that about me. You know, because like I said, you don't want people to know that you're having anxiety or that you're having a panic attack, and so you get very like cold, right?
We live in a society
like you don't want to show your emotion, and you don't want people to know that about you, but in turn, because you are so hard, you know, like you're this hard like candy shell, then nobody really gets to know the real you because you're too busy like trying to hide it. Does that make sense?
No, it totally makes sense. And we live in a world where everybody does that to some degree. I mean, because we live out our lives on social media. Everything looks perfect. Everything, you know, you always think when you get in your little world, you think that you're the only one that's dealing with something, and you feel alone. You feel like there's some kind of, and that puts you in a place of shame, and that's where Satan wants us,
right? For sure,
he wants us, making us feel like we're the only one that's dealing with this, and nobody will ever understand.
Right.
And everybody's going to think I'm crazy, so I just will keep it to myself and put up my little bitty wall and make myself in a little bitty bubble.
So what I was getting at is that when I started to kind of let go of those emotions and realize that it was okay, like I finally was able to, you know, it's where plexus came into my life, is when, you know, I had looked at it 2 and 3 other times and it never felt right, and finally it felt right because I feel like it was God's timing that I was finally in a place emotionally to heal, you know? Like I wasn't going to heal health-wise because I hadn't been in a place to receive that blessing, that healing,
that blessing. Yeah, I mean, you have to be in a place to be able to receive it.
You know, I could have taken the stuff and done all the things, and because emotionally I wasn't in that right place, it wasn't gonna be my time.
And it's been a commitment, and it's been a lot of work. I mean, it's not just about you getting an exercise in or making sure you take the supplements or drinking the water. It's been a process of like renewing your mind. And Cindy mentioned that, relying on His strength every day, and it's a renewing of your mind every single day and flipping the script in your head.
And some days we still struggle. I mean, you know, we still struggle. We have to like, you know, text each other like, no, we're going to do this. We're going to get out of bed. We're going to make this happen.
Right.
You know, but
and that's one reason why I love 2 Degrees. It like forces us, like during the week, we're like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to pour ourselves into other people. So that gets us out of our little bubble of thinking about ourselves. Right.
Yeah. But I mean, we do love doing it, and it does. I mean, we do love sharing the things that we've, you know, the things that we've changed and the things that we've realized and the ways that we're growing and the ways that you're growing. And
we appreciate every one of you for coming on the journey with us, and we're praying for you daily, and we don't take it lightly at all. So, you know, thank you guys for joining us today, for listening. We hope that you received some kind of blessing from it. For sure. I do thank Amanda for being vulnerable about her anxiety. I think it's important for us to be real with each other. And when we're real with each other in a place of vulnerability, God begins to just like put balm almost on the wounds and heal things, right? And we're able to support each other. So have a blessed day, everybody, and stay warm wherever you are. Don't kill your kids if you've got them at home with you. Some of you homeschooling moms that listen, you guys are heroes, because after the last couple of days, I'm like, you got to go to school. You got to go to school.
For real.
For sure. There was a scripture I wanted to leave you with, but I didn't have it quoted. But when you get a chance and you get off after you listen to this, look up Thessalonians 5:20, verse 23 through 24. It's a really good scripture about being whole. All right, you guys have a blessed day.
Bye.
Bye.